Greetings, entrepreneurs. I just wanted to come in and I wanted to leave these tips with you because there was a post on someone that I follow on Instagram, and the post talked about that if you stick in what you're doing, like your business is hard work. Being in business is hard work. If it was easy, then everybody would be winning. Everybody would be, not having to worry about money or whatever that is within their business. But because business is hard work, there are few people who are willing to stay the course in their business until they see it become profitable. And that is so true because there's a lot of mindset issues that play around you in your business, especially when you're just doing all this work and you're putting money into it, but you're not seeing money come out of it. And you're just getting to the point that sometimes you get discouraged because you're saying, well, wait a minute, when is it going to happen? Like, when is it going to break for me? But the thing you have to realize is that you have to keep pressing in. You can't give up. You can't say, oh, well, why is it working for some people and it's not working for me? And the thing that, just thoughts come to me as I'm going about my day, and just what I want to say to you as an entrepreneur, someone who's starting out in their journey as entrepreneurship. And you may see where you say, well, why are these people? Why it seems like every time they put out a product, why every time they put out something, they have people sign up for their webinar, they have people purchasing their course or going to their events. Why is that? Why can't I do that? And the whole point of it is because they built an audience. And then once you built an audience, they really don't have to do any ads unless they want to get new eyeballs on their content, unless they want to bring in new people into their sales funnel. Because if they have grown their base to like maybe up into the 20,000s of people, and I'm not just talking about followers, because followers does not equate to them being your customers. You can have 20,000 people on your channels, 10,000 people following you, but that does not mean that you're making any money in your business. So what they have done is they have built an audience and they know what that audience needs. And one thing that I am so grateful for is that when I've been in certain groups or certain, places at the beginning of this stage of entrepreneurship, and I didn't really understand what was, just certain things I couldn't connect or certain things I just didn't know. But over time, if you really are, what I would say, invested in your business, there's going to come a period in your time where you're just going to say, you know what? I'm not rushing toward the money. I want to learn what I need to learn because I want to be able to bring value to my audience. I want to be able to let them know some of the blind spots that I miss. And I had to ask myself this question the other day. Someone said to me, Michelle, if for some reason, if you came into an inheritance of, let's just say $20 million or just some, crazy thought like that, would you still continue to do your business? Because sometimes we think, oh, once I get to the money, I'm good. Now I can go live my life. I can do what I want to do. I can travel. I don't have to worry about any money. If I want to take some of my money invested in other things, then I ain't got to be worried about the business. And I said to myself, no, I still would do this business even if a windfall of money came into my hands. Why is that? Because I understand that there are other entrepreneurs out there who were just like me, or who are still just like me, who are trying to figure out the space that they're in, who are trying to find coaches and find mentors that will help them to connect the dots without always, selling them something, giving them great high quality content that they can take and utilize and see actionable results. So when I realized that it was not just the money for me, it was basically educating, which my, byline is educate, equip, and inspire. So that is what I would do regardless if the business is making money at this stage or whether I had millions and millions of dollars. The same mission still exists. It exists to equip other solo entrepreneurs to know, wait a minute, this is a long game. And if you're not in it for the long haul, then you're going to get discouraged. You're going to get to the point where you're feeling it's not working. And what I loved about that post is that it says that 90% of people who start in this space are going to drop out because they're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to do the due diligence. But those who show up on a constant basis, consistently, even though they're not seeing the numbers, they're going back and they're tweaking it. They're going back and they're doing other strategies and implementing other things. They're reaching out to other people because they know that in this business, it's about building relationships, but right relationships. So with that being said, when you see other entrepreneurs, coaches, and all these different type of people winning in their business, it's because they have built an audience that needs what they have to offer. And it's the same thing with you. You have to find who those people are, and you have to basically let them know the service or product that you provide, that you are going to let them know that you are the answer to their problem. And then you want to bring them in a place, in a space where now you can basically continue to provide them with great content. And then when you have a launch and you have an offer, then you can go ahead and you can present it to those who you know who have a need. And let me just say this, as my thoughts are coming to me, is because being in certain groups, what I would notice is, see, sometimes y'all people are in these groups, but y'all not paying attention. You have to pay attention as a business owner. You can't just be somewhere and just haphazardly just, be excited about being in the space and, you have to listen and you have to understand what is going on in certain groups. They survey you in the group. They ask, well, who's struggling with this? And what's going on with this? Where are you in your business? What do you need? Who you need help with? Why is that? Because the administrator, the moderator, and whoever is the owner of that group is basically seeing who needs what. And based on the numbers that come back from that, they'll say, okay, well, we see 5,000 people are stuck on knowing who their target audience is. Let's put together a course on finding your target market. So they know that when they get ready to offer that within that group or in that space, guess what? They're going to go ahead and purchase that product or service or training or whatever that is, because they know that it is something that they need, because why? They surveyed their audience. If you don't have an audience yet, then you still have work to do. You still have to consistently put out content, not just post on Instagram or memes on Facebook and, little videos. You have to go in. You have to basically know and understand what it is your audience is struggling. You have to know that the product or service you have is the solution to that. And you have to either do it in blog posts, whether you want to do a YouTube channel, bring out the content in video, bring them to a space which you own and operate, and I would say, yeah, it's good to have Facebook groups. I have one myself, but I also have a home base, which is my website, because again, I always gonna say ain't no algorithm exists on my website. It is my home base. I can go there. I can basically do a video. I could do an audio. I could do a blog post. I can do all these things. And if I wanted to, I could turn it into a membership site where I can do my own online courses, but I already have one of those already. But I'm just saying to you, as an entrepreneur, you have to start thinking for the long term. You can't get caught up by, oh, wow, this one is being invited to conferences and this one is being invited to speak at different places. It's because they position and put themselves in those spaces. They built relationships and they have become an expert, are known for what it is that they do in their space. One thing about being a business owner, and I'm learning this myself, is that I can offer a whole plethora of services. I can offer website design because I do websites. I can offer, helping you find your target market, helping you do all of these different things. But what is it that I'm really great at? What is it something that I'm basically saying that you need to be doing, or you can come to me and I will teach you this? And one of them is email marketing. The other is basically getting your business into a place where you can put systems and processes in place. And sometimes that's not an overnight process. You have to continue to, as a business owner, test and see what is not working. And even in my own ignorance in the beginning, I would put something together, but because I'm not seeing anybody coming or liking or whatever, then I would just sit there and like, oh, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Until I really had to tell myself, listen, if this is not working, let's go ahead and change it. Why keep something there for a certain amount of time and you know that it's not garnering you any engagement? Just go back and repurpose it. Go back and do it another way. Go back and put another spin or twist on it, because the whole thing about it is that you are not giving up. You got to be relentless in this. And I see too many people start out, they're enthusiastic, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the testing. They definitely don't want to read. because most of your answers can be found in a book. And let me just say that. You know, sometimes you're paying all this money for courses and going to conferences. I'm not saying those don't have a place in your business, because they do. But what I'm saying is most of the times your answer can be found in a book. But sometimes we are so mentally lazy because the internet has made us that way. The internet has made us to be scrolling. Look at what everybody else is doing. And we're not minding our own business. And that's why we're struggling. I only come on social media for a couple of things. One is to either give out content. 2 is to either blog or put up a video. And 3 is to do research. I don't go on certain platforms and sit there and scroll and look and see what other people are doing. I may have people that I follow that when they do something, I'll go and comment and say, you know, great job, whatever, give them a thumbs up, a like, or, you know, some type of interaction, engagement. But when I'm basically in my own time, it's not online. It's basically either I'm reading or watching a movie or playing a game that I like to play. It's not sitting there looking at what somebody else is doing, because that is a waste of my time, my effort, and my energy. So you as a business owner, and I'm going to continue to say this until hopefully some of you do get it, you have to have a plan. There's no way getting around it. And if you don't have a plan, then you're just setting yourself up for overwhelm and frustration, because there will come days where you're like, okay, what do I need to do? And you need to know what you need to be doing. You need to know within the first quarter, what is the objectives? What do you want to do within these 3 months before the second quarter hits? Like, what are you meeting that goal? So when you get into quarter 2, do you have to now continue with that same goal because you didn't meet it? Or now are you creating a new goal based on what you've met in your first quarter? So again, if that's list building, if that's monetary dollar amount, you have to know, if I want, let's say 100 people on my email list by, let's say April, then what are you doing to get that in order? Are you putting call to actions out? Are you putting that any and every place that you can possibly put up where somebody can sign up for something? Are you putting it on your website, on your landing pages, wherever you are on your online digital space? Don't just have it just to be entertaining for other people. Have something where they can now follow through and follow you on the journey that you're leading them on, as well as the journey that you're on. So I just wanted to share that, because what I feel within me as an entrepreneur, and even with other entrepreneurs, I really do feel that they did not come into this space, or you did not come into this space to lose. You came into this space to win. But I believe because the space is so crowded and it's so noisy, and then you're hearing these fly-by-night people telling you, oh, you can do this in this short amount of time. You can do this in this period of time. And sometimes it's just not true. You have to know basically certain key components, foundational things going into your business. You have to know who your audience is, and you have to find where they are online. You have to find if they're on Facebook. You have to know even what issues they're dealing with. A lot of entrepreneurs are dealing with mindset issues. They know what they want to do, but they have limiting beliefs. They have a scarcity mindset. Sometimes they are afraid to step out and put money into their business because they've been scammed before and they've been taken advantage of. So now they're leery when somebody does come through who has the real deal for them. Then they're kind of taken aback because they've been, jerked over so many times. So there is a lot of things that you have to break through, but you have to know how to break through that. You have to know what your audience is talking about. You have to do social listening. If you don't know what that is, go and do a Google search. It's called social listening. So you can listen to the conversations that are going around on your target customers and your competitors, because you can learn a lot from your competitors, but you have to be researching and testing. So that's my little tip today, because I want you as an entrepreneur to win. I want you to continue with the vision that you started out with, but it may not come to fruition until you start putting the steps in place. So I just wanted to leave these thoughts with you and these tips with you. Again, you can go through this feed and you can follow me and join my Facebook group called Savvypreneur, where I equip entrepreneurs. I give you tips, tools, and strategies and downloads and things that help you to connect the dots. Because sometimes it's not everything you need. You just maybe need a couple of things to connect the dots so that you'll be able to, move forward in what it is that you need to do. So again, I'm going to extend that. You can visit me at my website at michellecraleigh.com. And there I have just blog posts that give you actionable steps. I'm not talking about fluff. I don't do fluff. Sometimes I give you so much content, people be like, why are you giving them so much? Why are you not charging for it? Because I don't believe everything needs to be charged for. If you want to come in and go deeper with me, then I have courses for that. But I believe that if I need to help another entrepreneur get clear on something and they can trust the advice that I'm giving them and they can see in action the result, I believe that they will either share my site, they will do something to even pay it forward, even though they may not have even spent money with me. You don't have to spend money with me to, what I would say, cheer me on or support me. You can share the information. You can thumbs it up. You can like it. You can engage and let others know about it, even if you are tight on funds. And that's the way that we should be in entrepreneurship. We should be supporting one another. Even if we can't at the time support one another financially, we can basically support one another by sharing their content and letting other people know about it. And that's another mindset issue that I see some entrepreneurs have, because they're afraid if I share this with someone, then it's going to knock me out the box. If I share this with someone, then it's going to hurt me with what I want to do. And that is just such a scarcity mindset. You have to break that, because there is enough to go around for everybody. So we have to have the mindset that when we start giving out and we start helping others, it's going to always come back to you. So again, my name is Michelle Riley, aka Savvypreneur, and I'll be with you on the next video. So have a great day. Bye-bye.